This is Levi in the Closet, episode 4. Right now it's 4:52 Friday, February 5th, 4:52 a.m. I just got off work a little bit ago, and normally I do these videos when I get off work, but everybody's in bed. I try not to wake them up, but that's usually when I do these videos. That's when I'm inspired to do these. So I wanted to talk about in this video getting older and my goals for like in the future and where I'm at now. And the reason for that is it's my birthday on Monday in a couple days here, and I'm gonna be turning 25, and that's a quarter of the way through my life in my mind. So I just wanted to talk about that in this video. Um, so I'm trying to talk clearly, so I have to clear my throat. But sorry, not sorry. Anyway, most of my goals when they would ask you back in like middle school or in high school, I never really had a good answer. I can't think of anything now that I really would have said. I guess just like have a house. Or, I think that might have been one of my goals from early on. That's always been one of my goals, to own a house, and I'm getting there now. But that was my goal by 25, to own a house, or at least be having my own place that I'm paying on or something figured out. That's not the case now. I've had setbacks and different things, like life has just affected me in different ways, and that's still my goal. Like my main goal is to have a house of my own, and I think that should be everybody's goal. But I'm making steps to get there now. Right now, I have clearer goals now because I'm thinking more as an adult. I've experienced a lot that has helped me form an opinion of what I want and what would really make me happy, and it continues to change. And I think that's a lot to put onto a child, especially like in middle school or in high school even. Maybe some people really know and they're driven to go do things, but for somebody like me, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. When people would ask me those questions, they'd be like, what do you see yourself doing in 5 years? I still can't answer that question because I've never had an interest for as long as maybe a year. My interest changed, like I was into boxing and sparring and MMA type stuff for a long time when I was hanging out with my friend. Uh, Before that, it was probably, I don't know, I can't even think. Like I've had so many different interests: rapping, um, clothes, tons of different things. I've had so many different interests that I've I thought maybe going to school would help direct me. That kind of pushed me away from the idea of going to school. But I do wish that I would have had a clearer direction, like just taking business classes. If I would have taken that at a younger age, like at 20, taking a little bit of time out of high school to focus and think about things, like experience life. But then, like maybe in my 20s, going to school for business and pursuing that and just finishing that full degree. Now it just seems like too late for me. Like I know I can go back to school at any time. There's nothing wrong with that. Like if you're older, going back to school for something that you want to do, I think that's great. But for me right now, it's more important for me to save my money so that I can invest that instead of spend that on tuition and books and all this other and supplies, different things that come with going to school. It's a lot. It's a lot of accumulated debt, and I don't really want to experience that. I'm still paying off debt, or right now because of the whole COVID situation, I don't owe any, or all my payments have been frozen, but or however that works. But I don't know. I usually advise young people don't go to school unless you really know what you want to do. Unless you want to be like a doctor or you want to be something specific, like you want to be a pilot. There's those things take a lot of dedication, and you have to be 100% in on that. And for me, I'm just questioning what do I want to do with my life, and what do I really want to experience in life. I Even at the age of 25 now, I really don't know, and I know what it's going to take to make myself happy and to live a fulfilled life in my mind. But I don't think we were prepared as much for that at a young age. And there's some people that were really driven. And they went and did things like they're more academically minded. But for me, I was like, I don't know what I want to do, and questioning whether I even wanted to continue through high school. Sometimes I just really didn't like school, and I still that's not my way of life. I don't enjoy that at all. Sitting down in the class. Well, now I think about it as it'd be fun. It's like a social setting, and you could go there and learn. Like I've been watching a lot of Community, so I think about that. Like, oh, we could have a study group, and it would be so much fun to get together with people and like study and learn. And because I really enjoy the learning aspect, but just the repetition that you have to be able to put it onto a test, and that's a lot of stress and mental stress. It's like I just want to be able to learn with and I can eventually show you that I'm learning, but then sometimes just the stress of that, like low stress environments, like just learning at home on YouTube is more intimate, and I can do that. That's my level of learning, but I don't want to go, or like, that was my thought before, but now I'd actually enjoy going and being a part of a class and taking part of something, as long as it's in a direction I want to go too. Like if it's just, oh, you have to take this to fulfill a certain requirement, that isn't something I want to do. I want to take classes that I want to take, but still with the goal in mind that whatever I'm going for, like whatever my major is. And I don't know if that's an available option and something cheap. Something, I mean, there's cost to keeping a faculty open, and teachers need to get paid, but school is expensive, and that is an investment. It's an investment of your time and of your money, so I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe later in life. I might go back to school eventually, but right now where I'm at, I'm just building a solid foundation. So I want to have no debt right now, and then continue to live debt free as long as I can. That's my main goal. Other goals. I just want to, like, maybe one more goal. Definitely to find a new job, but I think that might change. Like, I think it would be nice to have a lot of different jobs and have a lot of different experiences, not just the next job I have is going to be my forever job, but just to experience like working in different environments. I've never worked in like a retail environment. I've never run a cash register. I've never done a lot of things. There's so many different jobs out there, and I think it'd be really cool to experience a little bit of everything. Not that I want to, but I think that would be nice just to have that world experience, and you learn how to handle different situations and how to deal with people, which I think is important. And I see a lot of these things as learning experiences. Like you can choose to do this if you want to. And I don't know. There's a lot of different fields that I feel I could do really well in. I know what I've already been good at, and I've continued to improve on those strengths. So I don't know, but I'm really just open to anything. I really want to be my own boss. That's my major goal, to be my own boss in the end. I want to have some kind of company or have some kind of service I provide that is sustainable, that I can also pass on to my future generations. Like I don't I don't know what that is quite yet, but that's my end goal, is to, and then have people working underneath me, because I don't know all the, but that's another thing. If I go to school for business management, that's a good thing. Uh, any kind of business degree, but right now I don't want to invest that time. But being my own boss, because I don't want to work for anybody else. I want to work for myself, for me. And I think those are pretty solid if you want to steal some of those goals, or what are some of your goals? Put that in the comments. What are some of your goals? Where are you at in life? Um, and this isn't like, oh, your New Year's resolution thing. This is like just ironically around this time period is when I'm thinking about this. But it's been a continuation my whole, I want to see my whole life, but really in the past 3 years have been about my growth and continuing to learn and grow as a person. And maybe like being more self-aware, I'd say, more than usual, and really being willing to improve and work on myself and put the time in, and because that's my real investment, is investing into myself. If I'm going to do anything, that's what I'm going to invest into, because that's all I know I have. I have this body, I have this mind. That's all you really have in this world, and like all the material things really don't matter. Like what you have, all the clothes and all the money you can have in the world, that it's true. That doesn't make you a happy person. What makes you a happy person is being internally fulfilled, and that comes through working on yourself and developing that confidence and that happiness from really deep inside, like deep inside. But anybody can get there. I know you can get there. Just keep working on yourself, and you need to love yourself before you love anybody else. Peace.